I now call this regular meeting of the Board of Education to order at 7:23. Please call the roll.
Ms. Pearson?
Present.
Mr. Schubert?
Here.
Ms. McCall?
Present.
Ms. Bennett?
Here.
Mr. Carpenter?
Here.
Ms. Haley?
Here.
Ms. Stanford?
Here.
With 7 present, we have a quorum.
Excuse me, I will now take a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. As we start each board meeting, it bears reminding that the mission of Rockford Public Schools is to collaboratively engage all students in an equitable first-class education for a changing world. Before going any further, I want to thank Ms. Kim Patterson and Aaron Hill, who are working behind the scenes to produce the board's broadcast via YouTube live stream and Comcast Channel 20. I also wish to welcome Superintendent's Advisory Representative, Josh, oh, he's not here. Well, we will acknowledge him, Josh Domino, who will be present the next time from Guilford High School. We will now recognize and celebrate outstanding contribution of our staff. I will now turn it over to the Internal External Stakeholder Committee to carry on with the recognitions.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're excited to honor RPS 205's outstanding students and staff and celebrate their great achievements. The following students have earned academic honors from the College Board National Recognition Program. For the first time, the program is recognizing first-generation students, in addition to rural and small-town, Black, Indigenous, and Hispanic or Latino students. To be eligible for this award, students in 10th or 11th grade also had,
that was last one.
Sorry, start over. Okay, we're going to start with athletics. Eisenhower Middle School's 8th grade boys basketball team traveled to Taylorville High School near Springfield for their IESA 4A state tournament in February. The Eagles won against Homer Junior High School in the state quarterfinal with a score of 52-42. They lost their semifinal versus Quincy, but placed 3rd in the state with a win against Manuka, 61-52. Eisenhower finished the season with an overall record of 27-1. Congratulations to Coach Darren Lane and the following players: Cedric Lambert, Cruz Thomas, Peyton Luna Gapke, Jaden Hart, Mehmedow Baker, Jordan Wright, Gerald Rudolph, Aiden Crosby, Caden Boja, Carter Rudolph, Danilo Vazic, Montel Jones, Darian Lopez, Daniel Fry, and Joquan Brittman. Please come forward to be recognized for this amazing accomplishment. Congratulations. For bowling, Guilford High School student Sarah Legou finished with a 1308 series or 218 average at sectionals. She took second as an individual to make it to the state tournament that was held in Rockford in February. Way to go. Please come forward to be recognized. For chess, Auburn High School chess team head coach Joseph Guth and assistant coach Ethan Vanderbilt led their team that finished 34th in the state out of over 125 teams. The Knights had a great season overall with winning back-to-back conference championships and finishing second in the IHSA sectional. Congratulations to team members. Now, if I say your name wrong, I am so sorry. Sayana Belgoon, Ilbrahim Brooks, Owen Chen, Yuvraj Chenareddy, Paxson Gottschalk, Michelle Liu, Akif Azoy, Gian Sasan, Alexander Truong, and Ian Wan. Coach and team, please come forward to be recognized.
Back-to-back conference champions.
Nice. Congratulations. Great job. Congratulations. 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 Hi, Ethan.
Congratulations.
We're gonna need a three-peat, guys.
We've got some more chest.
No pressure, three-peat.
And again in chess, the team at Guilford High School competed in 7 rounds across 2 days at the state tournament at the Peoria Civic Center. They won 3.5 rounds. Congratulations to Coach Emilio Rodriguez, assistant coach Simon Reinhardt, and students Malachi Yates, Lincoln Noble, Christian Owens, Jaden Fote, Joel Hernandez, Jamison Loker, Fern Coots, Edward Duran Salazar, and Seraphim Gindley. Please come forward to be recognized. Not here? No one? And also in chess, at Jefferson High School, Coach Roland Brown, assistant Angel Alba, and their team returned to the state tournament for the first time since 2017-18. The team members are Christian Acosta, Ricardo Cervantes, Anya Cambi, Abner Contreras, Zarius Copeland, Sean Davis, Alexander Garcia, James Gonzalez, Daniel Helmer, Giselle Herrera, Richard Johnson, Sasha Marquez, and Pedro Torres. Congratulations to the team and to Coach Brown, who's retiring from coaching. He's been at Jefferson since 2016. Please come forward to be recognized. Congratulations. Good job. Congratulations.
Good job, congratulations. Good job, congratulations.
Also from Jefferson, under Coach Alex Porter, sophomore Kylie Eichen was a top 8 finisher in state for girls individual wrestling. She competed as the first girls wrestler ever to make it to state from Jefferson. Congratulations to East High School on their record-breaking boys and girls wrestling season. Under Coach Jean Lee, all 4 of their IHSA state qualifiers received medals in their weight class at the state tournament. This includes Donald Cannon, 2nd place, Dana Wixon, 5th place, Ty Smart, 5th place, and our IHSA state champion, Saya Hongmankano. She ended her freshman season undefeated. Please come forward to be recognized. Total plus. These wrestlers. Congratulations. 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 And now in academics, the following Auburn High School seniors have been designated as Illinois State Scholars by the Illinois Student Assistance Commission. Moaz Ahmed, Sierra Biggers, Ryan Dover, Natalie Gooden, Derek Henshin, Rosalie Johnson Doyle, Michelle Liu, Aneri Mehta, James Murray, Logan Nally, Henry Pfeiffer, Ella Roxworthy, Rain Sides, Luke Snyder, Maxwell Tapman, Avery Trapp, and Ian Wan. To earn this honor, students must rank in the top half their graduating class and score in the 95th percentile of the ACT or SAT. Congratulations. Please come forward to be recognized. One more. And last but certainly not least, Kelvin McGee, a senior at Auburn High School, was nominated by Assistant Principal Nicole Brady for the prestigious ICEARY Outstanding Student Award. ICEARY stands for the Illinois Coalition for Educating At-Risk Youth. Calvin was honored with the award at a state conference last month. Calvin's life story is not only inspiring, but also a testament to the power of determination and hope. Despite enduring profound loss, instability, and violence, he has risen above his circumstances with incredible strength. From surviving a near-death experience to a carbon monoxide leak to protecting his infant nephew during a shooting, taking a bullet in the process, Calvin's courage has defined his journey. Against all odds, Calvin has transformed his life. Through hard work, he returned to school, excelled in his studies, and found a passion for the arts, earning acceptance into Auburn's Kappa program. His teachers describe him as a young man with wisdom beyond his years, someone who inspires those around him through his grit and quiet strength. Today, Calvin is on track to graduate ahead of schedule, building a future filled with promise. His dreams go beyond personal success. He aspires to create a loving, stable home and provide the kind of life he's always longed for. Auburn High School is honored to celebrate Calvin's achievements for this award. His story is one of perseverance, courage, and hope. Calvin and Nicole, please come forward to be recognized. He's not here. Again, congratulations to everyone, and thank you so much for coming tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Stanford. I will pause for a moment to allow those that desire to exit to make their exit.
Okay, I'm so sorry, Madam President, I missed one.
Thank you. You can pick that up in just a moment.
Okay. I missed one. I know.
Now we will have part 2 of the stakeholders. Thank you.
Sorry, we have one more. The Illinois State Board of Education is honoring more than 500 educators through its Those Who Excel in Teach of the Year Awards. Marshall Middle School art teacher Jillian Myers earned the award of meritorious service for her leadership, impact, and dedication to her school. Jillian was also named Arts Educator of the Year by the Rockford Area Arts Council at its Arts Award last month. Congratulations, Jillian, on both our honors. Please come up to be recognized. Okay, that really is it.
Thank you, Ms. Stanford. No problem at all. We'll give our guests a few more seconds. We are now on to the petition and communication portion of our meeting, where we invite the public to make comments. The board will not respond to the comments at this time. If it is appropriate, you will be contacted in a timely manner by staff. Each speaker will be allowed no more than 3 minutes to address the board. It is not appropriate to discuss matters that would otherwise be confidential in such open meeting. If you look to your left, you will see 2 digital clocks. One show the total time allotted for public comments, and one show the total time for each speaker. We thank you for your cooperation with our guidelines. First speaker is Mr. John Tack Bradley, followed by Jasmine Allen.
Good evening, school board.
Good evening.
And good evening, our public that's watching today. First of all, I want to thank the mayor, Tommy Ninks, and George Davis for providing the pizza, and Dr. Reed for providing us with a school bus. We had 46 youth to participate in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and for the first time, I had 17 adults. I've been working for the past couple of years to get our adults to participate more in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. They say, why Brother John was y'all the only ethnic, African-American ethnic group in the St. Patrick's Day Parade? I had to remind them that we had to constantly talk about our history, because our history has constantly been eradicated or covered up. St. Pat was 16 years old from Morocco when he was doing indentured servitude in New England, where he was captured by the Vikings back at that time. They called them Vikings, the Northerners. They took him to Ireland. While he was in Ireland, he was a slave for over several years. He escaped and came back to England, became a pastor. The part that puzzled me and opened up my eyes the most, if you was a slave and you escaped and went and you escaped from your slave master, now you going back and converting your master to become a Catholic. The only person that's able to do that is God. And so I put it in God's hand. It's the reason why I'm able to stand here today to talk about the things that I'm doing. Right now, we in a situation where that we got my van. My parents been giving me money to transport our kids to school, but they haven't been able to give me the funds because I spend $180 a week on gas. That's not talking about the repairs. I'm still looking forward the teacher union helping me. Like they mentioned last year about helping me, funding me to transport our kids to school. I went from 3 kids to now I'm transporting 46 kids. I got Ellis School, Lewis Lennon, McIntosh, Kennedy. I got Riverdale, Constant Lane, and I got Welch School that we transporting these kids to. And once again, I want to thank Dr. Reed for providing us with the transportation. And also we formed a coalition that we're going to address some of the behaviors that's going on with our youth that's been expelled out of school. Tomorrow morning, I got a meeting at 8 o'clock at McIntosh School with a couple of our kids that I got right here with me today who's having trouble in school. But instead of talking about their trouble, we found a solution to their problem. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I made it to the 3 minutes.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Because y'all mom done called me.
Miss
It's
Allen.
time to get home. Thank you. Come on, let's go.
Jasmine Allen. We move on then, if Miss Allen is not here, to Sharnice Moss and Marion Turner.
Hello, everyone. I'm the grandparent of Sharnice Moss. And I would just like to address the board as to the bullying that's going on in the schools. My granddaughter has been bullied since the 6th grade. She is now in high school. And it has been the same person over all those years. No one has addressed or done anything. They said they did, but they didn't. I went through everything that I could think I could possibly go through. I've been down here to the board. I've been to the police station. I've been everywhere trying to get help. And I would like to see, just for once, somebody stand up in these schools for these kids who are getting bullied. She's not the only one. I'm just the only one standing up for her. But there are lots of them that don't have anybody. And I think it's sad that we as adults take these jobs and then don't stand there, just stand there and not do anything. And I'm quite sure the teachers, we all have our issues and we all have problems. But there should be something in place for the teachers who may feel afraid as well to come forward, because it's hard, and I get it. But somebody has to stand up for these kids. This is unacceptable. It really is. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Sharnice. I would also like to talk about how, like, the kids are, like, having, not, like, I'm a kid, but other kids like me are, like, having disciplinary issues because, like, some of them, like, I get that the teachers, like, don't want to, like, watch after them because I get that that's, like, that's their job, but they don't want to do it. But for them to just suspend them and tell them, okay, we're just going to suspend you is, like, wrong, because I feel like, why suspend the kid because you don't, like, want to deal with them? It's probably not the kid's fault that they're having problems. It might be, like, they're missing something, but they just don't know what they're missing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Linda Lawrence, followed by Shanetta Davis.
Good evening. As you heard, my name's Linda Lawrence. I'm a retired school psychologist from this district, and I'm also a retired minister affiliated with a local church. I'm speaking tonight for Eliminate Racism 815, for the Education Committee, whose goal number one is part of this. Our mission is to be passionate advocates of equity-driven policies and practices for the Rockford Public Schools, so that all students will be prepared for social and academic success. Eliminate Racism 815 encourages all sectors of the Rockford community to participate in the Thursday, May 8th, 2025 Second Summit on Racism, kind of subtitled, Embracing Differences for a Change. Attendees can expect to meet new people, learn about diverse cultures, hear stories of family and community, and share in our common humanity. The first Rockford Summit on Racism was in May of 2023, and it explored various aspects of racism in Rockford, including education, economic opportunities, criminal justice, health, and relationship building. We now need to take next steps as we come together in the second Summit on Racism. I hope that you will join us and invite everyone you know, spread the word, and attend on May 8th. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm coming to speak with the board today, and I have a graduating senior from Guilford High School. My son has been on honor roll since being a 7th grader at Eisenhower, and he continued in his studies and his focus until he arrived at Guilford as a freshman. This year, his class schedule, he's carrying a 4-class schedule, which was something that he sat down before the end of his junior year, talked with his guidance counselor about, making sure that he was in alignment and meeting the requirements to graduate on time. Okay, his goal and my goals that I have set for all of my children is not just to graduate, is to excel. One of his own personal goals is to maintain his GPA at Guilford High School and also maintain his standard on the honor roll. So I found out just here a couple weeks ago, after numerous emails back and forth between his guidance counselor at Guilford High School and the assistant principal, once I received his report card for first semester, that he wasn't saying that he stated that he made honor roll. So I called the school to see what was going on, and this is also around the time that I got a text message, that he was failing 2 classes. So this is where all this conversation came as far as why did he not meet the honor roll. I'm looking at his GPA. He has a 3.0 GPA, and then his cumulative is a 3.36, which meets the honor roll requirements. I was told at that time that it was because there was a glitch in the system and they would open up an IT ticket. I called back, emailed, spoke with the assistant principal again. They're still working on the ticket. I just found out 1 week ago the reason why he did not qualify for honor roll is because he's not carrying a minimum of 5 classes. So as a parent, I'm asking the board, can you tell me or someone direct me as to how a parent should know or how a student would know that they're not meeting the requirement for the honor roll? Because for me now to find out, if I had found out earlier in the school year that he wasn't meeting the minimum class requirement, he could have picked up an additional class. That would have been no issue. But my question isn't just where. Now I'm being told to look to page 28 of the Student Code of Conduct or Student Guideline. But as a guidance counselor, and you see that you have a student that has no disciplinary actions, no in-school suspension or out-school suspension, no behavior issues, as a guidance counselor, what is your role and responsibility to the student and also to the parents? I was in attendance in October for parent-teacher conference. I spent more time waiting for teachers to stop talking to each other than I did being allowed to talk to a teacher. I was able to talk to one teacher. He gave me all the information, what he needed for government, when the Constitution test was, how he was doing, and everything. That's what I'm asking, just the requirements of a guidance counselor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Veronica Woods, did she come back? Okay. Ms. Flossie Horde, followed by Mr. Ricky Naylor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm here to address a couple of issues that's dear to my heart. and then have to be deal with the code of conduct. On February the 18th, as it relates to your closed session items, you had 29 students that were referred to the EIA for whatever reason and procedure that may be. You had 6 students up for expulsion. That's what the concern for me tonight, but when I got here tonight and got your minutes for tonight's meeting, I see that you had 10 students up for expulsion, and you have 34 students that have been referred to the EIA program, which, again, I don't understand that procedure, but I would dare to say it probably has something to do with alternative setting. I think the school district has opened up about 3 or 4 different alternative programs where students that are not successfully doing what they need to do in the regular classroom setting in RPS 205 are referred to go to an alternate school. That concerns me because I'm wondering what is actually taking place in the code of conduct that's not addressing these young people's need, or what is it that we need to do as a community to try to put programs in there to stop this large number of students. Within a month time, it's almost 50 students up for referral for an alternative setting. What is going on that we cannot come up with programs in the regular educational setting to address these students' needs? Like we have gifted, Kappa, we have Montessori, we have special needs, we have all kind of academies to address all other students that excel and students that are kind of like maybe need special help. But the students who, for whatever reason, come to school and cannot find their place and act out, we take them out of the regular school and send them to another alternative program, which I feel like that we're better than that. And last but not least, it is the code of conduct on page 19, if I'm not mistaken, physical aggression. I talked to Mr. David Gaffey. I spoke to Mr. Morgan Gallagher about the fact that I'm concerned that when you move physical aggression, reckless behavior from a level 1 to level 2, it will affect African-American students more than it will any other population. I have been in the school district for almost, I don't want to tell my age, but for a good 40 years, I'll put it to you that way. And I have seen students act out, and I would dare to say—
Thank you, Ms. Hort. Your time is up.
Most of these babies are African American.
Mrs. Hort.
They just naturally
Your time
aggressive.
is up, ma'am.
I have to say that.
Hello. I'm
Excuse me,
coming,
ma'am, will you state your name?
Veronica Woods.
Okay, thank you.
I'm coming because I don't have kids in 205, but I have godchildren in 205. And my thing is, when the first people they see when they leave from the house, when they go to get on the bus driver is mean to them. Then when they get to school, the teachers are mean to them. And my concern is, do you check these people's references when they drive in the bus and when they're teaching your students? And I want to know, why is everyone so angry towards the kids, but then they expect the kids to do well in school? That's my concern.
Thank you.
It's been a while, board, but I'm back. Okay, Dr. Jarrett. I mean, I know you have conversations, in your cabinet meetings about me. I'm here tonight. I want y'all to see I'm here and he here, so we can talk right now, but he's not going to talk. You don't have a student advisor tonight, so you got time now to speak out and say, what is your vision for the school district? Now, if you guys see, I know y'all like to focus on Rockford, but if you guys look at the national news, right now, the city of Memphis, that school district is going to probably end up getting taken over by the state. And look at that data. That data is not worse than this school district right here. So I mean, like I said, we want to engage the superintendent. This is y'all's employee, okay? He's not y'all boss. So y'all need to let this man know that he just like the janitor, This employee, he's an employee. So we want to kind of engage with this man sometime on these higher level conversations. Now, in this district right now, we hear all these complaints right now. These staff here are just biding their time a lot of times. They just, like they say, like, well, I got one more year to go, or I got this much time to go. They just biding the time. That passion for doing this work is over with. You know, some of you black board members know, you heard B.B. King, you know, when he said the thrill is gone. That's how a lot of y'all staff feel right now because they don't trust him. And if they don't trust the leader of the school district, you're going to have all these problems. And also, last week when he was out there celebrating this early childhood stuff, I'm like, why is this man celebrating the childhood stuff when he the one told y'all to cut the funding for the transportation? So that's like being hypocritical. Now, what they keep saying about this student code of conduct, the attorney general, I mean, he didn't give y'all no guidance, but he gave school district 211 guidance, but it still applies to y'all here. Now, some of y'all got this copy of the guidance on how to deal with these kids with behaviors. Now, like you said, it can be 100 of them getting expelled. If you follow all those steps and they get expelled, that's too bad. But we know you guys skipping steps, and then you going straight from behavior to these expulsions and suspension and stuff. And like I said, you got the top 5 schools here, you know, Risa, Eisenhower, East, Guilford, and Auburn. How much time is Miss Lawrence spending in those schools? Because the plan was those schools, she was supposed to be over there monitoring the behaviors to find, okay, what's going on inside the school. We know it's smoking this weed in the bathroom. So I'm going to leave that here for that so you can let these principals read this. This is going to show you guys the harmful behaviors of those tickets. Now, the last thing I got here is like, we not done yet with Thurgood Marshall schools. What I'm going to give you guys here, this is the Marshall Plan. Some of y'all got it already, but you've been reluctant because of Donald Trump to get on top of this thing. But let's get on top of this. So I'm going to leave that up there for y'all, too.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up. We are now on to the Performance Monitoring Committee. Is there a motion and a second to approve items 4A?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We are now on to the Planning Committee. Is there a motion and a second to approve item 5A?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
Is there a motion and a second to approve item 5B?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. We're now on to the Governance Committee. Is there a motion and a second to approve item 6A?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
Is there a motion and a second to approve item 6B?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? Ms. Bennett?
I have a question about board policy 2.210. So for the red line portion regarding the date, that's just to mirror state statute versus RPS policy previously, correct? For the date, or the amount of days in particular?
Correct. Thank you.
correct.
Okay, no further questions, thank you.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
We are now on the performance and monitoring consent portion of the meeting. May I have a motion and a second to approve the items listed in Section 7?
So moved.
Second?
Are there any items in Section 7 that board members wish to have pulled for separate consideration? Please call the roll.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
We are now on the planning development consent portion of our meeting. May I have a motion and a second to approve items in Section 8?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any consent items in Section 8 that board members wish to have pulled for separate consideration? Please call the roll.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
We are now on the governance consent portion of our meeting. May I have a motion and a second to approve items in Section 9?
So moved.
Second?
Are there any consent items in Section 9 that board members wish to have pulled for separate consideration? Please call the roll.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
We are now on the closed session consent item. Consent agenda including appointment of Laura Gray as 10-month dean assigned to Jefferson High School, appointment of Jeremy Brown as 12-month assistant principal assigned to College and Career Education Center, attorney employment agreement for Lori Holtley, resolution authorizing reclassification of a certified administrator, residency resolution, student MC, and HR report. I have a motion and a second to approve items in Section 10, closed session consent.
So moved.
Second.
Are there any closed session consent items board member wish to have pulled for separate consideration? Please call the roll.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.
I will now take a motion and a second to reconvene in closed session at 8:08.
So moved.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Bennett?
Yes.
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Ms. Haley?
Yes.
Ms. Stanford?
Yes.
Ms. Pearson?
Yes.
Mr. Schubert?
Yes.
The motion passes unanimously.